Who are you to misguide me from my duty? You are but a man, not even one I should remember. You will go into the darkness, and I will forget ever having met you.
Hey guys, welcome to Universe's recap of American Gods Episode 4, Git Gone.
Git Gone is the name of the bug spray that Lara starts huffing in the hot tub, either to try to kill herself or just get high. I'm not really sure. I think she's trying to kill herself, though.
She's sad.
She's a very sad girl.
So sad.
Very sad girl.
Guys, be sure to subscribe for more American Gods coverage. If you have any questions about anything, hit us up on Twitter. I'm at Buddy Hutton.
And I'm at Chastity_V, so let's get going. Okay, so we get Lara's perspective finally. Like, we get to see what her life is like, and that's kind of how this entire episode plays out. It gives her backstory, shows that she's really depressed, and she's just doesn't believe anything. She's a sad girl.
She's a sad, sad girl. She's so sad that her soundtrack is called Queen of the Board, which is real rough.
That pretty much describes her life. She just seems really listless, seems really unfocused, seems really unhappy.
Seems really tiny. That shot of her compared with the sink was insane.
So then she tries to kill this fly, or she does, with some bug spray, which is excessive. And then she's so bored and sad, she takes the bug spray that she uses to kill a fly, looks at it, and says like kills on contact. So she's like, seems like a good idea. Goes into her hot tub and starts huffing it, I think to try to kill herself.
Yeah, and she can't get away from the hot tub. She goes back to the hot tub in the afterlife and then has to hide in it again when she's hiding from Shadow. It's like the hot tub comes back to haunt her.
Yep.
Pretty sad.
It's very sad. And he even mentions the hot tub.
You got a hot tub. You ever use it?
Yep.
So then she meets Anubis in the afterlife, but why do you think she goes to an Egyptian afterlife if she doesn't believe in anything?
So, her grandmother always had cats.
She said that they could see ghosts when we can't.
Who else thinks cats have special powers? The Egyptians do.
On the nose, there you go.
Maybe her grandmother was Egyptian, or maybe she just deals cards in an Egyptian casino in front of Anubis and Horus.
She works in the 26th Dynasty Casino, which is a reference to the 26th Dynasty of Egypt, so maybe being around Egyptian imagery for 8 years did it? I don't know.
Enough ritualization of Egyptian card games make you Egyptian. Maybe.
Sure. Anubis tells her that her afterlife is darkness. There's nothing there, which sucks.
Jacuzzi.
Except her hot tub, which he's prepping for her. But then all of a sudden, she just gets sucked right back out, as you saw at the beginning of this video.
Amazing.
Yeah, by Mad Sweeney's coin.
Well, that's what we're thinking.
We're assuming, yeah.
Yeah. What was interesting is you never see her holding the coin in this.
Right, you don't see the coin in the entire episode. I'm like, where's the coin? Because I'm looking for answers. I'm not sure. Does she still have it? Did it just become one with her?
Her and the coin have become one. Mad Sweeney is looking for the coin, and man, he's going to have problems getting it. Oh, wait, maybe it went into her weird Y incision.
Oh, ew. So we get to see Lara and Shadow's backstory of how they got together. He tried to do a little trick of the hand at the casino she was working at, and then she helps him out a little bit. But she doesn't really seem to actually like him the entire time we're looking at his backstory with her.
He got shot down so many times when they were talking in the parking lot, and he kept trying. So, dude, Shadow is so resilient. You go. You get in there, Shadow.
Yeah.
Don't let it get you down.
They didn't even go on a date. They just went home and hooked up.
Yep. And she didn't want to look at him. This relationship is off to a great start.
She just, even when they get married, she just seems sad. He's happy and he's in love, and she just is still depressed, clearly.
Totally.
Yeah.
He's actually trying. He's reading Taxes for Dummies. He's keeping that physique, by the way, which, I mean, she might be really pretty, but she's not that tone. He is wrecked. He's putting in work, all right? You should respect that man.
So she tells Shadow that she's unhappy, and she develops a scheme for him to help her rob the casino. She's like, I know the ins and outs of this place. I've been there for 8 years. I know every single person. It's like 8 years of predictable body language, etc., etc. But then he gets caught anyway and gets put in jail.
I love that they showed none of this. Like,
Yeah.
if there was a whole heist sequence, like
There was no heist sequence.
I was so excited for the heist sequence and some action music and, you know, some Ocean's 11 type stuff. None of that.
I think that was a missed opportunity there.
Well, I mean, this whole thing was not in the book. I mean, Shadow didn't know how to do magic until he went to jail.
Right.
The backstory for how she called him puppy was different in the book. In the book, she wants a puppy, and they can't get a puppy. So he says, I'll be your puppy. I'll poop on the floor and lick your face, which is also kind of a weird relationship, but whatever. It was cuter.
It's endearing. That's cute.
So one thing about this whole scenario, it really makes you dislike Laura.
Yes, she's extremely unlikable in this entire episode. Like, her whole backstory, she just keeps making these awful decisions, just being a really crap person in general.
She's a crap person.
Yeah.
She's a crappy friend. She's a crappy
bad friend,
wife.
bad wife, bad person.
She's not even a good side chick. She treats Dane Cook so badly in the car. And Dane Cook, gotta say, he is the perfect douchebag.
Yeah, I forgot he was still working, but it's nice to see him again.
Good to see you, pal.
Hey, Audrey.
Betty Gilpin is amazing.
Yeah, Audrey had the best lines in the episode by far, and also just a really good performance. She was like just kind of standing in a tub, but that whole sequence just made me feel for her, and I liked her way more than I liked Laura. Just like that whole, just so many emotions at once.
She's a great actress, but they gave her such hilarious lines. Like, she is the comic relief. The whole thing about, like, what she did with Robbie's member is amazing.
I had Robbie buried with his penis, you bit off, shoved up his ass. Oh, it's vulgar. I'm a vulgar woman.
So, zombie Laura is full-on zombie. She's
Yeah.
full-on...
Not eating brain zombie, but
Dude, she's
Full-on
puking
zombie.
embalming fluid. She's got, like, scars. She's got body parts falling off. It's awesome.
yeah, she's not looking great, but that gets taken care of later. But first, she
Little spray paint.
claws her way out of the grave, and then she stumbles across the sequence where Shadow has been hung up and is being hanged, and then the droogs are all hanging about, the Technical Boys henchmen, which we call droogs because they look exactly like the droogs from Clockwork Orange. And
They even have the Droog cod pieces.
yeah, they do. They
Like,
do. They totally do.
One thing that I just thought of, did you see that movie Death Becomes Her?
Yes.
When they keep dying and spray painting themselves?
Oh, yeah. You're all runny.
I must look ridiculous.
No, I don't think anyone will notice, but I think you're gonna need a little bondo on the chin, babe.
And also, she has superhuman strength. Can we talk about her superhuman strength? It's just, I mean, she's not human anymore. She's dead, but still, she just like punches right through them. She tears them apart. She kicks one and it explodes.
Dead human strength.
Yeah.
I love that she was surprised by the first time she did it. And when she
she's
punches
like,
through the guy, she's like,
"Whoa."
ugh.
It gets
That was
messy.
awesome. So, Ibis and Jackal, or
Mr.
Horus
Jekyll.
and Anubis, they run a funeral home. They help Laura out, which
Yeah.
I wouldn't do. I would not do Laura.
Well, first, Mr. Jekyll was a dog in the road, then he just like appears as a human. He's just like, I remember you.
Easy
and
tricks.
Takes her in. And then they fix her up, paint her up, make her look a little more presentable. And then Mr. Jekyll's like, I'm going to take you back into the darkness when this is all done. So don't think that you got away.
There's been an Ibis and Jackal in business here for 200 years.
There's a cool moment talking about the longevity of gods, and you can interpret this in any way that you want to, but it could be that there's two people that have recently taken over a funeral home from their family, or the way that you probably should interpret it, and that's these guys are over 200 years old, which is really awesome.
Yeah. They look great.
They look great for it. Yeah, good skin. Good 200-year-old skin.
Okay, let's talk about some Easter eggs. So I spotted 2 ravens twice. So in the episode,
4
so
ravens.
it's 4 total ravens. It's the same 2 ravens, but you see them twice. So in the like barbecue scene that they're having, they're hanging out with Audrey and Robbie, and it's Laura and Shadow, and it's the flashback clearly. But then there are 2 ravens that appear, and they seem to be watching over them closely.
According to Norse mythology, Odin has 2 ravens. So there is some godly planning going on here.
Yes.
From the inception of his relationship with Laura, Odin's been watching. Speaking of that backyard scene, I spotted a lot of Heineken advertisements in this. Not just one-off here, guys. We can say thanks, Heineken, for American Gods, definitely. One thing from the book, they took the exact collect call conversation between Shadow and Laura.
I love you. Something feels weird.
I love you too. What feels weird?
I don't know. Well,
Okay, so we asked for your questions on Twitter, and we got one from @OGNPH, and he asks, so is Laura the new lucky coin for Mad Sweeney? So we don't know where the coin is, but I don't think she's the lucky coin.
It's a little bit vague in this episode because this isn't mentioned in the book, so nobody has any clues as to what's going on. They changed it enough that nobody knows. She's seeing Shadow as a beacon. Initially, I thought that she was seeing a way back into the afterlife, and she was going to ignore it.
It seems to just be some kind of tracking for Shadow.
Right.
Like she always knows where Shadow is, so she's looking in the distance, like, oh, he's that way.
Zombie tracking of your ex-husband.
But you remember how the Zoria sister said that he had the sun, but he gave it away.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave Laura the sun, the coin. So is that why he's glowing like the sun?
He's the light of my life.
So last week we asked who the wolf was, what you guys think the wolf was, and so many of you answered.
Yes.
Thank you a bunch for that. What was the consensus?
Pretty much everyone was saying it was Fenris, who is kind of like the Doomsday Hound who kills Odin and signals the start of Ragnarok.
I think it's going to get interesting. So Fenris is Loki's son in Norse mythology, and he's supposed to kill Odin and bring about Ragnarok. So if this is Fenris, he's going to start the war. He's going to start a war, and that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll see if the war happens, but until then, keep watching, keep checking us out. We're gonna cover every episode of American Gods. Chastity, what else?
That's it. That's all I have. I wasn't ready to say anything.